Now, what would you do if you won the lottery? It's something we all think about, isn't it? Would you pay off the mortgage, buy a new house, treat the family to a few holidays and some fast cars? One man did all of this after telling his family he'd won over £9 million. Only problem was he hadn't. He was, in fact, broke. What a whopper to tell.
It's a big
whopping
one.
lie. His story has been turned into a fantastic new drama starring Michelle Collins and Martin Kemp.
It's beautiful.
Leather interior, choice of 8 different shades, cruise control, climate control, rear parking assist, very handy if you're letting the wife drive it.
Boy.
Tempted?
Very.
There's just one problem. Our money hasn't come through yet.
Not a problem at all, sir. Take it. Drive it for a while.
What, a test drive?
Long as you like.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. The way that people treat you when you think that you've got money, eh? Treated beautifully.
Yeah, because of course the thing was that he didn't. This is based on a story, the true story is a guy called Howard Walmsley.
Yeah.
And Howard did exactly what you've done there. He said he'd won the lottery.
Absolutely. I mean, our story, you've got to remember, is inspired by their story. And I remember, like, about 3 or 4 years ago when that happened, and I think every producer in the country had their scissors out and they were cutting the piece out of the paper saying, this one day will make a fantastic movie. And we were lucky enough to be able to make it.
It was written by Tony Jordan, actually. Sort of ex-EastEnders, really.
Yeah.
Great
So what
writer.
did he...
Oh,
gosh!
oh, that was a big one.
It's really expensive, though.
You
Thank
okay?
you for that. There we are.
God, I'm not coming back there.
And there's a guard on as well.
It keeps you on your toes, doesn't it?
It didn't get you.
Is that a thanks you get for driving up the A40?
Set fire to the guests.
Bit of sparkle at Christmas.
This morning again.
Oh, well done. That was lightning reflexes.
See, we've got one at home, you see. I'm very quick, but you should see the holes in our carpet. So Howard, I was going to read a couple of the things that he did because he bought 3 Jaguars. He promised millions to relatives, friends, and charities. Took his wife on a shopping spree for a £250,000 house. Hired an architect for 50 grand to redesign the swimming pool. Chose 10,000 of fittings and furnishing, stuff like that. He hadn't got any of the money.
Not a bean, not a
I mean, we
sausage.
all laugh at it, right? But in reality, he left a trail of devastation.
No, that's true. That's very true. But it just shows you, if you have got the bottle to do that, to tell that big whopper and carry it through, that people get fooled. You know,
Well, it wasn't calculated, was it?
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is I play Donna Harris, his wife, and the long-suffering wife, and basically, you know, he told her he was going to pay the bills, and he hadn't paid the bills, and then she found out he was having an affair. The bailiffs came. She basically kicked him out, and he wanted to get her back.
And this was his
So
way
this
of
is
getting her
what
back.
he did. He didn't tell her how much he'd won, but she found out by going on the internet. And he said to her, well, I won on this particular night, which was a Saturday the 18th or something, and she looked on the computer, and there was only one winner that night, which was £8.5 million, so it had to be him.
And he dug this hole for himself, and we all know what it's like. You dig this little hole, and all of a sudden you've got to keep going, because otherwise he was going to lose his wife. And the thing for me that gives him sympathy is the fact that he did it because he didn't want to lose his wife. That's why he kept digging.
It's actually more of a love story. It really is.
Yeah.
It's
And
a good old-fashioned
quite a strong
love
woman.
story.
The woman that you play, she's strong, isn't she? She's not as if she's a victim of any sort. I mean, she's her own boss, really. And she was just dragged in on something that took her by surprise.
Oh, definitely. And she, you know, she has a lot of dignity. You know, she was a in the drama, she's a school dinner lady, and then has to obviously when you win all the money, she gives up her work and everything. Then she has to go back, and you know, obviously she's a bit of a laughing stock. And
We've got a clip. Let's have another look.
you know, this is really mad, but I was adding up the list today. You know, everything we've agreed to give everyone. We haven't got enough.
Enough what?
Money. I mean, by the time we paid off everyone's mortgage, bought the house, built the swimming pool and everything, £500,000 each for our mums and dads, plus £1 million for Vicky's trust fund, and all the charities we said we'd give to, that makes £11,400,000. Where are you going?
For a drink.
Go get tea.
Oh, I'll have it later.
Uncle Neville's here. Didn't you hear the door?
Hello, stranger. Grabbing an Indian. Do you want some?
Actually, Don, it's Alan I've come to see. If you're going out, mate, I'll come for a walk with you.
Yeah. I'll see you later.
OK.
Oh, what a feeling. You watch that and your blood runs cold.
But I remember doing that when I was a kid, you know, laying in bed thinking, oh, if I win the pools, I could give them that much and them that much. I thought it was so true.
It's not enough.
But that's, I think, the joy of Tony Jordan's writing, because we used to work with him on EastEnders, that when you read something like that, written by a person that you know as well, you kind of fall into rhythm patterns straight away. And I think that's why I fell in love with the script straight off.
Because you two didn't work together at EastEnders, because you had gone.
That's right,
You'd left by then.
Yeah.
So you didn't... It's a shame. I could actually see the two of you...
About 2 years?
Together.
Yeah, 2 years,
2 years, I think, yeah.
A year and a half or something.
And this is lovely for you because there's no body count.
Well, it's different.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's no what?
Well, normally there's a few dead bodies in his wake.
Oh, right.
Usually whatever I do, it's about death and destruction, you know.
Yes.
And you know, if I was ever in a whodunit, it wasn't a whodunit anymore because it was me. It's him, he's done
But
it.
it shows his bottom.
You show your bottom? Even more reason to... And is it worth seeing?
I think so.
I would imagine it would be. So you've got blonde highlights and you're showing your bare bum.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
It's a whole new career direction.
Do you do the lottery? Do you play?
You know what? I started doing it because of that. I did it on the internet.
I've done that.
Yeah, but it's a real letdown on the internet, because if you win, they send you a little email and it says, you have won the lottery. So you open it up, 10 quid. What a letdown.
No, it's exactly the same that happened to me.
Letdown.
Log into your account now for some fantastic news.
Yeah.
I'm shouting at the step. Oh, you'll never believe it. You'll never believe it. I've been sent an email by the lottery. Me. If I won it, can you imagine?
That's right. And you open it up and it's £10.
Yeah, £10.
So the excitement's gone out of it, isn't it? You know, because the excitement is sitting there ticking it off.
At least it stops you losing your ticket, though, and all that sort of stuff.
It's nice and easy. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. But you've seen the dark side of gambling, though, haven't you?
Is this something...
No, didn't you work in a sort of betting shop and stuff?
Oh, no. I had a SASTA job, actually, in Zetta's Pools.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure you're talking about somebody. I lent somebody. Is that somebody said? Did I see something in the Sun today that said about I lent someone a lot of money or something?
Right. You'd lent somebody some money.
I didn't see it actually. Anyway, I hadn't read the paper today. But
you didn't get it back.
But I did. But we've all had things like that happen to us. I think. Yes. I don't know. I think a lot of people have seen the dark side of gambling. Unfortunately, these days.
I've seen the dark side of everything. You know.
But you know, the lottery's not really gambling, is it? I mean, it's a bit of fun, and I suppose we all have our dreams about winning and...
Yeah, it's a flutter. And of course, you know, the fact that you may be that person who comes up with the...
You always say
someone's got to win it.
The hard thing about the lottery, you know, and I'm not knocking it, but what it seems to me is that the poorer the people, the more money they spend on it. And I know several people in that situation.
And you can't say it doesn't change your life either, because of course it's going to change your life.
Yes.
Everyone knows the famous story about Viv Nichols, spend, spend, spend.
Yeah.
You know,
but the thing is that it's got to be in a controlled way. I think what the lottery do actually is that they if you win the big win, if you get the big win, that they actually do send someone out to make sure that you don't go mad. But people who say I've won £8.9 million, not going to change me. I'm going to stay in the caravan. I'm going to keep the dog and the car.
Should be allowed to have it.
Give it back.
Give it back. Split
Give it to someone who can spend it.
It would be nice to pay off people's mortgages, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which is what Alan does.
Yeah.
But of course they'll bounce, or the cheques bounce.
Yeah.
So you're okay. Your health is all right now.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you look really well.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I had my 10-year check a couple of weeks ago, and they say that after 10 years that if it hasn't returned, then it's not likely to. So I got an all clear 3 weeks ago now.
And this was a brain tumour.
Yeah. So I was really pleased. Yeah.
And fantastic news for you, because are you about to get married?
Yes.
You're playing your cards close to your chest today.
I am. You know what this country's like. God.
But we can say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
yes.
good.
Okay.
And also, you might be doing Dusty Springfield as well. You're thinking about that? I can see you doing
She's not going to tell you.
I can see that.
It's been on the cards for such a long time, and we keep on submitting scripts, and they keep saying we just want to change it a little bit more. So, fingers crossed. Please God, this year it's going to happen.
It's going to be a great project to do.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Just be stunning.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Thank you both very, very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
It is Can't Buy Me Love. It's ITV1 tonight at 9 o'clock.
Good one. 9 to 10. Thank you very much. Now, over the last 4 weeks, you've made this year's past